right, and now it's time for Linda Barcz. We're taking your calls today at 270-9933. Look at this beautiful fall display you brought. That's such an interesting looking gourd. It looks like a hat.
Yes, we have cool gourds and pumpkins, everything for Halloween again. You know, we're heading towards that time of year, so fall colors are great and lots of purples.
Oh, I love the purples, and is that a goldenrod behind you there?
It's a goldenrod, yeah, and we even brought our own little wasp on there, just madly on the floors. So
okay, we're going to keep an eye on him during this segment. Let's go ahead and get to the phones. A lot of people are waiting to talk to you, and we'll start with Dawn in Broadhead. Hi, Dawn. What's your question?
Hi, I've got a perennial cactus, and it didn't bloom this year, and I was also wondering about transplanting it, and do I do it now?
Okay, well, cactus, I guess that after the rain, that might not be this. Is it a prickly pear cactus by any chance?
I think it's in that category.
No, because that's the one that I'm familiar with that grows outside in Wisconsin. Broadhead, sandy soils. If it didn't bloom, it's probably either too young or it was in too much shade, so if you're planning on moving it, I would just let it, like this week, dig it up, and if there's cut, broken, exposed surfaces, let that air dry so that then when you replant it, you don't have rot.
Okay.
And obviously don't plant too deep because they basically are resting on the surface of the soil and have the roots down below.
All right. Janice in Madison. Hi there. You're next. What's your question?
Hi. I have a hibiscus plant that was given as a get-well gift from a hospital stay.
Aww.
It has bloomed beautifully on our porch, but I'm concerned. I would like to try to save it, but I can't bring it into our apartment because there are ants on the porch.
Oh, there are ants on the porch. All right. Well, if you could actually just treat the ants before you move it in, or before you actually move it into the house, water it very thoroughly so that everything flushes through, and that you probably wouldn't bring ants in that way. I thought you were going to say that it's so huge there isn't room, because hibiscus are loving it and they're blooming like crazy right now.
They're loving all the sunshine?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and the
weather's perfect.
The warm temperatures. Jonna in Janesville. Hi there. What's your question?
Hi, Linda. Due to health reasons, I've been unable to get a number of beautiful hostas and 2 hydrangea bushes in the ground. They'll be planted on the east side, which is, of course, getting less and less sun. I was wondering if there was any special preparation I need to do as I try to get them in now.
Well, actually, this is a wonderful time to be planting, and the weather's going to be perfect, and then you're going to get rain on Saturday and Sunday. So if you can get them in this week, don't hesitate. Do some amendments, maybe add some compost to the area, but otherwise, and then mulch them with like a wood mulch, because then that will help keep the roots from freezing up too soon, and then they'll get a little bit more root growth this fall, and it'll be perfect.
Okay, and I hope you're feeling well too.
Oh,
Take good. Oops, sorry about that. Take good care of yourself. Debbie in Muscadet. Hi there. What's your question? Debbie, are you there? Hi. Go ahead.
I was wondering how you take and preserve geraniums through the winter. I can remember my husband's aunt taking them in and putting them in brown paper bags, but I don't know how to go about doing it.
Yeah, some people do that. They knock all the soil off the roots and they let them basically dry up. You could even do them in the pots and then knock the soil off. And then you cut them back. You have to pull the leaves off. Ooh, let me think about that, because I've not done this myself, but I have a neighbor that is very successful with this. But she puts them in her basement where it's a little bit cooler too, rather than just in the warm house. And then what that's basically, they don't want totally dry. Some people, if you have enough room and sun, you actually just bring the plants in and grow them as house plants.
Oh, really? Okay.
If you have enough room and a sunny window.
Okay. All right. Good. Learned something today. That's interesting. Jeffrey in Sun Prairie. Hi there. What's your question? Jeffrey, you there? Let's see. Is Jeffrey there? Jeffrey, can you hear me? No. Oh, sorry about that. I don't. Maybe he hung up. Let's try this one. Marv in Stoughton. Hi, Marv. Are you there?
Yes, I sure am.
Go ahead. What's your question?
My question is on burning bushes. We've got a burning bush, and it's getting kind of large, and I want to cut it back. And I was wondering, when's the best time to cut it back?
Are you just basically going to be taking it back 6 or 8 inches, just reducing the size?
Well, I want to cut it back pretty close to the ground.
Okay, then I would wait till spring, just because the roots, more of the wood, as the leaves die, that will be stored in the root system, and that wood being left on until spring will act as a sort of a carbohydrate sink, so that if we have a real hard winter, you aren't exposing all that tender tissue. But then in the spring, before it leaves out, then do your drastic pruning.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
All right, Marv, thank you for your call.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have today, unfortunately, for calls, everybody. Thank you, though, for calling in. If you're on the line, stay on the line, and Linda will go into the newsroom and try to answer your questions personally. We've got some good questions in today.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Linda. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
And Hattie will have a final check of the forecast when we come back.